Hello YouTube, my name's Tom, and this is the final part of my attic adventure. And this one has my orc army, and this has some seriously weird, wonderful, wacky, and just strange things in it that I don't think you're going to want to miss. So, enjoy. I don't know how well you can see this, but it says Tom's Orcs, this way up, do not throw away. This is absolutely full of packing peanuts. The box is really, really crunchy. They look like they could be toxic. This is what the contents of the bag is that I can see so far, the box. This could get messy. Here come the orcs. I mean, it's a pretty fat box, pretty full. Let's have a pull some of these out. I'm just going to move this guy out the way a little bit. Still absolutely full. Right, what can I find that's actually interesting in here? Right, this guy has a melter. I think he's a Gorkamorka model. They have these smaller bases so you can fit more of them on a truck. You have to try and be selective because there's a lot in here. A lot of early Gretchens, and there's a Gretchen with one arm, and yeah, he has his base cut down, I think, so he could be Gorkamorka'd. That was obviously a good idea at the time, and his hat's been made particularly long, which is fun. This looks interesting. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it's a very, very fat Goliath. Not sure how he's made it into the Orcs box. He's been sculpted to have an extra gut and an enormous gun with... Yeah, that's not some of my finest work, is it? Looks very orky. It's probably why it's in with the Warp Orcs. What can I see in here that's interesting? A guy missing an arm. I think he might be a knob. I'm assuming that's going to be a big metal arm, like a power claw or something. Ooh. Now this one, that's a gun off one of the vehicles, and I wanted his arm to reach the bottom, obviously, look. So what I did, yes, I lengthened his arm with some green stuff. Oh dear, never mind, it's not the end of the world. Got some of the guys from the bikes. Going to be some interesting ones in here somewhere. All sorts. Just going to have a bit of a rummage. Got the original early Orcs, second edition. Another Gretchen with a massive long hat. He's all black, so he's not showing up very well. I obviously had a thing for making Gretchen with long hats. His is furry for some reason. Oh, there's another one. I've forgotten all about these guys. I don't know what he's supposed to be holding. Maybe he's just going to shake someone's hand. It's a bit off a truck, I think. It's definitely seen better days. Yeah, these are definitely mostly Gorkamorka Orcs. I did have an awful lot of Gorkamorka Orcs. Don't know if there's going to be anyone more interesting if we dig down in here. This guy's got some sort of power axe. So yeah, I had a lot of orcs. I had an absolutely humongous army of orcs. I bought Gorkamorka with my brother, and then I saw in a shop in town they were selling a box set of Gorkamorka that had been in the window and had got all grey and manky. Just the box, not the contents. And so they were selling it massively, massively cheaper. So I bought a whole another box. And ended up with tons and tons and tons of orcs. And then just kept on adding to them, basically. There's going to be some interesting ones in here somewhere. And then cut some of this out. Oh, see this guy? That is a really, really old, just this arm. It's a really old bit, a really old orc power claw arm thing. to say, I couldn't remember painting them. I didn't think they were all painted. But they are painted significantly worse than I remember. This guy looks interestingly broken. Yeah, he's seen better days, hasn't he? I remember I was trying to convert the old second edition ones to make them look a bit more individual, which I clearly did by hacking them into small pieces. Trying to see if there's anything worth pulling out in here. There is a lot of orcs. I feel like these are probably all the plastic ones, or they wouldn't be all lumped in together. Hard boys? Who's an hard boy? Oh, they're the chunky lads. That's the newer boys box set. And then there's a burner, but looks like one I made myself. He's from a driver, look. He's sitting down. Good. Lovely stuff. This guy, he's pretty cool. He's a bit improvised. I had to stick a bit of metal to his base because he was obviously leaning far too forwards. Another burner with some sort of Eldar weapon, I think. Some wacky conversions in here. I'll have to pull some of these out. Pretty normal boy. Oh, yeah. Try not to ruin them completely by pulling them out. I think I've resculpted the head on this one. I'm giving him a fur cloak. I can't remember most of these. I mean, they're so numerous, I don't know how I would. See a plasma gun? Knob Nutter, apparently. Good. I might have to pause and move these out of the way and get the rest out of the peanuts. These are pretty much of a muchness in here now. Okay, right, we're gonna pause and pull some more out. Right, I'm done with these peanuts. Sick of them. They're going in this box. I can see. I don't know how to describe what I can see. A monstrosity? Cock rockets? Maybe? I mean, I'm going to pull this out. Yeah, I mean, some things just defy explanation, don't they? I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if there's some sort of orc mutant thing. I don't know. It's clearly a bad idea. These guys looked a bit like Nazi stormtroopers. Probably intentionally, but a little bit dodgy. They're massive jetpacks. This is metal, by the way, and they're a bit fally-overy. Just remove those as we go. Okay, let's get some of these out. We're going to have to pull quite a lot out to get even to the bottom level, so let's pull some of this weird stuff out first. I've got some horse heads, some dwarves, some more high elves. These are some Bretonians, maybe? Another elf archer. Another horse head. Hopefully I wasn't just collecting horses' heads or high elves. And one of these ancient dwarf dudes. I think someone gave these to me. They might even have found them in their attic and just given them to me. Okay, what's interesting in here? This dude. He's particularly interesting because he has rollerblades. Really badly sculpted rollerblades. I don't know if you remember the video game Snitching. It was about people riding on their rollerblades on the back of cars, and it was a bit like Road Rash but with rollerblades. I mean, some of these are mad. I'm not sure what this is. Another one of these weird chaos orc things that goes with the rocket launcher one. This guy is really cool. I have no idea where this guy comes from. He's definitely Warhammer. I don't think this ammo box is original. It's a very cool model. I like that one. Got some knobs missing their arms, obviously in that box. Now I can see these guys. I can't remember what they were called, but they were like, you catapulted them and they flew, and Doom Diver goblins or something like that, maybe? Anyway, if it was an orc or a goblin, it got put into the army. This guy's cool. I must have made some chaos ones. I'll get a picture of that as a unit. This guy looks... This must be a war boss, because he's chonk. Look at that saw. Look, I love this. I put the jaw upside down on his head as a crown. I do not remember this guy at all, but that is a funny claw. I sculpted it coming out of his arm, look. So one of his... I think he's got a big double shooter thing. I think it's in this box. But he's enormous. Very, very heavy. Let's pull out a few more of these. There's a rocket guy. Oh, this was my mech. I remember him. I couldn't remember what he looked like. A mech and the rocket guy. Rocket guys are pretty cool. Just love those models. Just so random. This guy. I sculpted that apron onto him. And he's got this kind of improvised force field backpack. This was off a toy, I think. This thing. I can't remember. I think this guy might be Blood Bowl. Got some boars in here. I seem to remember I had some sort of vehicle that was towed by boars. I'll get a photo of that in later. I'm going to have to clear most of these out just to get underneath. This boar's got some green stuff stuck to his head. There's been an accident. Green stuff accident. Anyone else of particular note on here? Savage Orc Rider. Ah, okay, maybe this explains some of the boars. Is he for those boars? Maybe. He does go on there. I've got some more of these mutants. That one's particularly grotesque. This guy's pretty cool. Again, he's from Gorkamorka, but I've given him a shield and an axe. This is one of those. I obviously ran out of bases and gave him a square base. Got some chaos bits on him. Some divergent arms. Interesting. lots of bits and bobs. These are going to have to come out, I think. Another mortar launcher. So I had 3 of those. Right. Let's do a bit of a fast forward here, and I'll pull the rest of these onto the table just so they're out of the way and I can get to the next layer. Okay, so as you can see, I've dug through the pile of trucks, and most of them are of fairly poor quality, and some of them are in fairly poor repair. Some of them are just utterly crazy. I'm just going to pull you out a few of the really interestingly crazy ones to have a look at. This one's particularly mad. This guy is on stilts for some reason. Who knows why? There was probably a plan there, probably for a reason. Found some interesting models as well as I was digging down. This is Nobbler Blackhawk, I think his name was. He's a Blood Bowl mini with a massive chainsaw thing, and we're giving him a bolter. Who else did I find that was really interesting? This guy had Orc Cyborg bits. I think I just bought the bits separately from memory. Built him from a Gorkamorka guy. This dude's very old. He's an old, I think he's like an orc pirate captain. I think he should have a backpack. What else in here was particularly interesting? Oh, that might have been it actually for those. Right, let's look at these vehicles. Some of these are insane. This one's seen better days, but this was my ramp truck, and the whole point of this was that it had a big ramp on the back, and that was for breaching forts and things with bikes. So I had a whole bunch of bikes. Some of them were converted into quads like this. And I had, oh yeah, this metal guy. He's not entirely metal, but the rider's definitely metal. He's currently in 2 pieces. So we got some flame trucks. This one's in 2 bits, but it's got a back somewhere. What have I done with that? Oh, I can't see it. The front just fell off. Who needs glue? This one, the little flamer on the top, and it had a guy on the back. There's so many orcs on this table now that I can't see him. I popped him down somewhere, not to lose him, and guess what? I lost him. No, there he is. There he is. So this went on the back like that. Here's that one. Oh, it's falling apart. Don't know if you remember, but the rules were you could carry as many orcs as you could actually physically fit on the back. So a lot of these had extensions to make them fit more guys on. And virtually none of it was glued, apparently. What else caught my eye as being particularly berserk? I remember building this early one. Got room for a shooter on the top. There should be a thing on there. Should be stuff there, and there should be a set of wheels on the back here, which I've got, but they're not going to stay on. Yeah, madness. Right, what else have we got down here? I've got some guns. Not sure what these are or where they're from. This one's definitely a toy. It's been appropriated. And I found this. started sculpting something. Can't remember what that was going to be. Looks like it was probably a human. And then we've got some really crazy stuff in here that's mostly fallen apart. I have got yet another rhino. This one's painted. Yeah. I don't know how to explain that to you. I can't explain it even now. I don't know what that's all about. It's just mad, isn't it? Not sure what's happening there. Perhaps drugs were involved. Who knows? What's in here? This one's quite interesting. This is one of the models, the proper models that they produced, with a boarding plank and this launcher on the top. That basically needs a load of glue because it's fallen apart. And then we have got these guys down here. I can't remember much about this. It doesn't have the rider on it and I haven't seen him. So I'm not sure where that comes from. But it's pretty cool. With the extended front forks. A bit of extra armour. And a mudguard. I really like that, but I can't remember anything about it. It doesn't look like it ever actually had a gun on it. This was a custom force field generating vehicle with all the bits. These have fallen off. I think this was up here somewhere. And this is a wheel. It should be on there, on the back. And it was pulled by some of those bore. This is the yoke that the bore went in. It should be on the end there like that. And then the bore. Maybe these two. They'd go in like this, next to each other, and pull it along. And then a last one, which is worth showing you because it's just stupid. I'm not sure what I was thinking. It's hard to get it all in. I'm not sure what that counted as, a mega truck or something. I have no idea. It's got some Lego wheels on the back. Not sure what the wheels in here are from. All sorts. There's some mechanical bits and bobs in the back. He's sat on a beer cap. Yeah, that one's a bit berserk. Went full orc on that one, didn't I? Anything else of note I found in here? Oh yeah, this guy. He's the Games Day Gorkamorka knob. Very badly painted. I seem to remember painting him better, but never mind. I might strip him and have another go because he's such a cool model. There were some old snake bites. This guy, for example. Come on. Very old snake bite. Oh. Content warning. Female orc cheerleader. This was just randomly turned up in one of my orders. I didn't buy this one. One of my postal orders just contained an orc cheerleader, which was fun. Don't know if it was an error or the picker just having a laugh. Who knows? But I think that's the majority of it. I mean, there's all the mad stuff like this, which again was just about how many boys can you actually fit on there to carry. It's got a ridiculous paint scheme. Anything else in there worth showing? Not really. Oh, I've got the these catapults for the... I think I showed you them before. For these guys. And that's it for the orcs, and that's all the boxes I've found in the attic. Now I definitely have more miniatures than this, and they must be with my brother, because I know he's got a chunk of them too. I don't know much that I'm missing, so I think I've got virtually all of it. I hope you enjoyed discovering those minis as much as I did. The next video will be out soon, so please like and subscribe so you don't miss it.